first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And the defense could not have written a much better script than that first drive, pick 6.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And the Chargers coming out of the field now. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick 6, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This one taken just inside the 10. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A really nice gain of 25 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
A gain of 32 that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here we go now.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now back to throw. This is caught. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Hunter Henry, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have made this a 1-score game. Sturgis for the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Lucky 56.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to let this one go deep. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play that time for Cleveland. And even 60 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. A really nice return all the way up to the 40, but hold everything. The flag down. You see it on your screen. This one looks like it's going to come back. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And he's got room. Fighting his way through contact. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down. So that changes things. Here's 1st and 10 all the way up at the 45. They go back to Gordon here on 1st down. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. And our statistician, Ben Ramsauer, just held up 3 fingers to remind me he now has 3 tackles for a loss only in the 1st quarter.
Well, Ben's got it detailed perfectly. He always gives us the right stats. I'd love to be on the offense's headset right now because what you're hearing is, can someone please block him? Come up with a scheme. Come up with something. Make sure you block him because he's disrupting everything.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Emmanuel Ogbah there on the stop.
Brandon, all things considered, They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll look to throw here. Steps away to his left. It's a first down and more for Gordon. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again. Sturgis adds the PAT. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a two-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. He'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Barrett. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Detroit! Detroit! Gun! 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 Gun!
Looking to throw. Being chased out left. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off here the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been.
And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Rattling, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Browns were able to strike quickly for 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Chargers. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. The Chargers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Allen's got it over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now Gordon on first down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll buy some time right. And that one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football here. Nearly a 4th pick. And it's 3rd down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Dancing to his left. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. To punt it away on 4th down, here's Drew Kaiser. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Room past the 20. They find some open field here. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A big run there by Johnson. 56 yards. Well, they were backed up deep in their own territory. Not anymore.
This works really well when you play a defense that's an attack type of defense that comes after you, wants the football. Sometimes you use their aggressiveness against them.
He's going to float this over the middle deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
On 2nd down, Johnson, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Eluding the pressure right. And he'll find QT on the right side complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kiki QT with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. And he's got it up and through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers getting set to go. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
A gain of 3, second down. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to slip through.
Buying time to his left. He's airing it out for Williams. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up third. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. More from Cleveland after this. The Chargers on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Landry now on the return. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
They begin the drive with Johnson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Johnson on the counter. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll drop to throw. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12. Back to throw now on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Man open left side. It's Williams. They can't tackle it. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. This quarterback now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here.
Now let's go.
Back to throw. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 17.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to wind up and air it out. And this one is incomplete. So we have reached halftime here in... And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On play action, they'll throw. Escapes the sack. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Steps away. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. They pitch it out to Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Oh, yeah! Tight to the right, boy. Tight to the right. Move. Hey, here we go now. 3-19.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. they'll throw here out of the gun. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 47. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There goes Duke Johnson. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big run there by Johnson. 49 yards on the ground.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. And he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Noah Spence in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw here. And it's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Damian Ratley, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Browns are pouring it on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
He'll drop to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Gone!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Drew Kaiser now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? Ooh. You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big run there by Johnson, 63 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Powell. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Again, it's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Damian Ratley, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Browns continue to roll. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And we're back now here in Cleveland.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
0.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Gets it to Gordon. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
They'll look to throw here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. On the toss, here's Johnson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
They'll run it with Johnson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will extend this big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. The Chargers on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 15.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone!
Now back to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Here's Drew Kaiser now. He's been terrific so far. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And now here is another interception. Picked off right around the 43. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
It'll be a gain of 15 on the play. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. The Browns on 3rd down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And he is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this game is definitely over, but we do know some people like to go ahead and continue to add to their score, don't we?
Yeah, I don't know that they need to add any more right now, though. I'm just starting to think about those dinner plans tonight, my friend.
Well, you and I will be thinking about dinner plans, but we also know they're playing people are thinking, how can I get some more scores for my fantasy, for other things? They're trying to figure that part out now.
By the way, last weekend we went sushi because that's what you wanted. We're going steak tonight.
I'm in.
All right. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And in fact, we kept having a rough patch. He said, would you get...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Emmanuel Agba in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up 4th down. They set a decently lofty goal of winning 11 games. Unfortunately, this loss here, they're not going to reach that number.
And that is a lofty number, isn't it? Because if you can get to 11, more times than not, almost overwhelmingly, you're going to the playoffs. But that doesn't mean that everything is totally finished for them. They continue to play hard and play well. They still might reach another goal.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.